Hi there, my name is Nihal Vora and my student ID number is VOHMID1802, and this video about online video presentation on my case study, and my case study topic is Loy Yang thermal power station.
In the next slide, we will introduce what is energy. Energy is the most important for input sources in all sections of any country's economy. Energy crisis is due to two most important reasons. The first important reason is the population has increased is very rapidly in the world. And the second reason is the standard of a living people has improved. In the next slide, we will introduce Loy Yang Thermal Power Station. A Loy Yang Thermal Power Station was established in 1984 with the commissioning of the plant first 500 megawatt generating unit. The company started construction of a twin plant, a 1000 megawatt plant Loy Yang in 1987 and completed in 1992. The Loy Yang Power Station is a brown coal thermal power station which is located in Latrobe Valley in the city of Tarragona in southeastern Victoria in Australia. It has consist two power plant stations, which is known as a Loy Yang A and another power station known as a Loy Yang B. Loy Yang A has a four producing plant with a composite capability of around 2200 megawatt in June 2012. And Loy Yang B has two generating plants with a composite power of the 1050 megawatt and is the Victoria's best and most effective brown coal fire power station. In the next slide, the structure of a Loy Yang thermal power station. In structure, you can show the main part of the thermal power station. The first one is a slack, then second is a boiler, third is a turbine, fourth is electrical generator, fifth is a cooling tower, and the sixth is a condenser. Let me know about the whole working process of the main part. The first one is a boiler. Working process of a boiler. The heat of burning of coal into the boiler is make a use of a transform of water into vapors at a large amount of pressure and temperature. The fuel gases make a way from boiler through superheater, economizer, and finally leave it into atmosphere by the chimney or slack. Loy Yang A has two ICAL transfluid manufactured boiler stand, which is 107 meter high. The second one is turbine. Working process of a turbine. The dual as well as superheated vapors from superheater is fed into the steam turbine and out of the main valve. The vapor is passing on the blades and the blades of a turbine transformed into mechanical energy. The third one is an electrical generator or alternator. Working process of a alternator. The alternator is connected to the steam turbine and the alternator transforming mechanical energy into electrical energy, and the electrical energy from alternator exported to the bus bars through the transformer or isolators. The fourth one is a transformer. Working process of a transformer. Electricity generation is the process of creating electricity from other form of energy. Commercial electric utility power stations are most often constructed on a very large scale and designed for continuous operation. Electrical power plants typically use three-phase or monophase electrical generation to produce alternating current electrical power at a frequency of a 50 Hz or a 60 Hz depending on the location in the world. The fifth one is a cooling tower. Cooling tower arrangement. Cooling tower are used during the scarcity of water in the river. Hot water from the condenser is passed onto the cooling tower where it is cooled, and the cold water from the cooling tower is reused into the condenser. This is a schematic diagram of a Loy Yang thermal power station. There is a different units in a Loy Yang thermal power station. We can start the cold storage unit, cold handling plant unit, air storage units, as disposal handling plant, boiler, air preheater, economizer, superheater, feed water pump, and turbine, alternator, transformer, condenser, cooling tower. At the end, the water sources like call is a river. The next slide, working process of a Loy Yang thermal power station. A Loy Yang power generating station, which is convert heat energy of a coal combustion into electrical energy, is known as a thermal power station. The Loy Yang thermal power station is basically working into the Rankine cycle. Steam is producing into the boiler by make a use of a heat of a coal combustion, and then the vapor is increasing in the steam turbine and become a liquid into the condenser to be fed into the boiler again. After that process, the steam turbine execution and the alternator is changing mechanical energy into electrical energy of the turbine. This type of a thermal power center is adequate where the water as well as the coal or natural gas are available in a large amount or in immensity, and then a large amount of electricity is to be producing in that place. In this video, we can show the how is thermal power plant working. Thermal power plant. A thermal power plant converts the chemical energy stored in fossil fuels into electrical energy that can be used in our homes as well as business houses. Let's try to understand this process energy conservation. Firstly, the coal is ground to find a powder which burns faster and thus produce more heat. After that, the hot air passes through coal to remove the moisture from heat. This powderized coal is then blown into the boiler, where it burns and conserves chemical energy into the heat energy. This burning of a coal produces an ash and exhaust gases, and the ash fall down to the bottom of a boiler, and it would be removed by the ash outlet system. And the collected ash is usually then sold to the building industry, where it is used as ingredient in a various building material such as like concrete, etc. The high temperature of the boiler convert the water present into the tube into steam, and the hot steam expand into the pipes, which further leads into the high pressure. This high pressure steam is then used to rotate the turbine, converting energy generated into the boiler into mechanical energy. A shaft A shaft is connected turbine to the generator. This shaft transforms the turbine motion to the generator, and the generator use an electrical magnet convert this mechanical energy into electrical energy. After passing throughout the turbine, the steam comes into the control with the cold water pipes. These cold water pipes cool the steam so that the steam is condensed back into the water. This cold pipe connect to the boiler and where it can be used again. In Loy Yang thermal power station, this cold water is pumped straight from the sea. And finally, a transformer convert a electrical energy of at a low voltage from the generator to high voltage. And the nation great uses this high voltage to transmit electricity efficiently throughout the power lines to the different power stations, which further transmitted into our homes and business houses.